here by the Sheriff's Department. This is a stolen vehicle. We're looking at a white sedan here. It looks to be a newer model Honda Civic. Now, we know that this vehicle was stolen out of the Montebello area. The Sheriff's Department, Temple City Station, picked it up. They chased it on and off the freeway. At one point, the suspect even got out of the car, got back in, took off again. That was
well.
a passenger bus.
Stolen white Dodge Charger. Accident has already occurred. Right before we went live. Three-star chase here. Stolen vehicle. Don't know where we are just yet.
Briefly involved in this as well. They have since backed off, leaving it to the Sheriff's Department, who is overhead with their helicopter.
Mike, go ahead. I was saying, Mike, you've been saying that this pursuit's been going on freeways, also on surface streets.
I'm going to lay out for a second. Let Mike take us home. This is KCAL. We're not on KTLA just yet. Gil Davis will be in the air momentarily. Mike Rogers in from the booth in KCAL 9.
Yeah, I would say it's been mostly on surface streets.
Not in the helicopter, though. Not in the chopper. Desmond Shaw's not up there, I don't think. Something's up with Desmond. Anyways, we're stolen vehicle. El Monte area. Yeah, let's do it. Let's hit it. Rear back for this one. Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go chasing El Monte area. Stolen white Dodge Charger. KCAL 9. SkyCal in the air here. Accident. We've had a foot pursuit. Get back in the car. Stolen vehicle. Don't know if we've had a Paul Walker challenge, but we are driving around recklessly here in the El Monte area.
Exactly what their situation is right now.
What's up, everyone? Welcome in, welcome back. Sheriff's Department's in pursuit, not the police department anymore. Sheriff's Department helicopter in the air. LAPD no longer in pursuit. I think we might even be in tracking mode at the moment. But we're rolling along right now, folks.
You say he was on the 60 briefly, not enough time. For CHP to get involved.
We got to back up. KTLA is overhead. ABC 7 with Chris Christie en route. Haven't heard anything from Eliana yet. But we're just in the middle of the street right now, driving around in an intersection. Thankfully, not reckless through them. What's up, everyone? Welcome in, welcome back. Whole bunch of people here resubscribing to the channel. I apologize, I haven't gotten to all of you yet. MSO Brando, Luca Barrett. I'm trying to pay attention to both here, but get to all you guys here in just a second. No night sun just yet, because we are still in tracking mode, I believe, at the moment.
Helicopter basically said, look, we don't think that the surveillance mode is working. Let's get some units back in this.
What are we doing? Another hard U-turn for no reason there. I don't think he's being pursued. Those blue lights were from the Dodge Charger that was right behind him. We're just making U-turns. Okay. Are we taunting? What? This is unusual. What's going on here? What's up, everyone? Oh, God. Doors open. Doors open. Doors open. Okay, he did this before. He pulls, he waits for the cops to show up, and then he bolts. Oh, this does not look like he's getting something. Yeah, he's looking for something in the back seat. Door is ajar. Spotlight is blasting him. Night sun on top of him now. Are we going to foot pursuit, or are we getting back in the car? Now what? Now what?
Is that a hands up?
And he's just walking down the street.
This does not look like hands up to me.
And now is he walking back
in?
Oh, we're getting, oh, shit!
Here we go. So now we're back into the car. That's exactly what he did the last time to the sheriff's deputies.
He's waiting for the sheriff deputies to roll up on him, and then he was doing U-turns in the street for no reason, like he's trying to get the cops to... Now we're going in reverse.
Down the street here with the driver door still open.
Door's still open. This is not ejectocito. This is a what? What? Now what? Now we're in a foot pursuit.
So this might be his last. He might be actually done here now. Yeah.
Okay, and you still don't see any law enforcement in the area on the ground?
Not yet. I'm going to stay with him for just a minute to see where he goes. But no, we haven't seen any. Kind of as I look out.
Is he going back to the car? What? He's using his phone light for something.
That game where he was in, he was out. All right, now he's got hands up. So let's see if he's just going to end this game here. But look, we still don't.
There's no police anywhere
nearby. You've got the sheriff's helicopter over lighting him up, but he's got no one to surrender to right now.
And you know what? You're hoping this guy just doesn't run and get back in the car and take off again.
Let's see what he's going to do here, Pat.
Well, right. I mean, look, he put his hands up like he was getting ready to surrender. Right.
He's just trying to blend in. What the hell is going on? Now we're going back to the car.
Here we go. Let's get back
Now we're going back to the car. We play Wounded Duck. We're back in, and we're back in a pursuit out of nowhere. It's Wounded Duck for the ages. Just ran around the house for no reason, and we just took off. LAPD, nowhere to be found. Sheriff's Department helicopter on top of the Night Sun. I don't know if he was trying to give up or, oh, now he's got red and blues on top of him. So if that was the idea, it worked. It worked. You wanted the cops to get on top of you for some reason. There's red and blues now. Have been dispatched to the areas, lighten them up. Now we're picking up big rates of speed here.
As you said, he had nobody to turn himself into, right?
65 miles an hour, Whittier Boulevard, Southgate. Guess what, people? All roads lead to Downey. Wouldn't you guess it? We're right on the fringe on the border of Downey, Norwalk. East Los Angeles on Whittier Boulevard. 50 plus miles an hour on side streets. All roads, drop your D's in the chat. All roads lead to Downey. We're going to be there if we stay on Whittier Boulevard just a little bit longer here. We're going to get out of Southgate, and the next stop is Downey Avenue. This is a big-time clout chaser right here. He is trying to get cops to engage with him. We are now going through solid red lights in the intersection in the mecca of police chases on planet Earth. This is Downey, Norwalk, Southgate, East LA area. All roads lead to Downey. The 605, the 110, the 105, the 605, the 10, the 5, the 15. They all dump here like the bottom of a delta in the river.
This is exactly what this is. This car
We got Mike Rogers on the call. No Desmond Shaw up in the helicopter, so what you're hearing is coming from the studio in KCAL. They have the best camera. I could switch to Gil Levis, but I'm fine with it right now, so we're going to stick with Mike for a little bit. He's calling from the assignment, calling the action from the assignment booth. Still southbound Whittier Boulevard.
So, we're coming up, maybe about half an hour of them chasing this now.
Yeah. About 30 minutes.
6-minute chase. This one feels like an eternity compared to the last couple ones we've done, but Whittier Boulevard still, Southgate. You can see it on the top of your screen there.
He must have thought in his gut that they were closer than they were, and then he got out of the cars. We saw there, he put his
Big,
hands
oh my Lord in heaven, 85 miles an hour on Whittier Boulevard right now.
into a front yard, a backyard there. They lit up that backyard as well. He threw his hands up as well, but again, nobody in the area to bring in.
There's a theory in the chat that I don't know if he was taunting. I think he knew who lived there and was stalling, potentially.
Is that, yeah, that's him making that left turn one right there, that white car right there. I was even thinking.
Still going.
That,
Brophy24, appreciate you. Welcome in, welcome back. All of you who have subscribed here in Antarctica Nation, passports are in the mail, as always. You either subscribe to the channel or the commercials are going to hit you right when the action picks up. It happened the other night during the crash in Oxnard. It may happen again tonight. Night Sun's still blasting on top of him here.
Now, is that Temple
Oh, now he's got... Now we have Temple City PD in pursuit. 1, 2...
I believe it's the Sheriff's Department, and I think it may be their East LA units.
Okay, not Temple City PD. Still Sheriff's Department.
The differences between the tracking modes and surveillance mode between LAPD and the sheriff. When LAPD goes into tracking mode, they lose the light on the helicopter because the whole idea is for the person not to think they're being chased anymore. The Sheriff's Department, their tracking mode, they leave the night sun on, which kind of doesn't give the suspect that, false sense of security.
Got it, Woot Rocket. We're still here. We're still here. Grinding chases here. 9:51 p.m. Pacific time. Once again, no Desmond Shaw on the call. We're in SkyCal, but the action is coming to you live from KCAL Studios with Mike Rogers. Continental J, Debo, 7 months. Appreciate y'all's patronage. We got merch, by the way. Since we're in Downey, no better plug than top left of your screen, merch, birdsintheair.com. All roads lead to Downey. You got a couple of shirts to choose from.
They were up near the San Gabriel Valley Airport, just north of the 10 freeway there, and then he came south on Tyler, then went westbound on the 60 freeway and got off. So he's not gone terribly far away from where this whole thing began.
That's like, oh God. Every time you see trucks parked on the side of the road in an intersection, that's a solid red that they're approaching. Beverly Boulevard, southwest San Gabriel Valley. So we're just east of Downey, Norwalk. He's going to have to pop a Yui to get us back to Downey, Norwalk, but we're coming out of there. Desmond is in Seattle on vacation. Good to know. Mike Rogers is more than experienced to handle this. We get the best commentators in the world here in Los Angeles. Do not take for granted the camera ability, the reporting. You get a police chase in another city, nobody knows what the hell they're doing. Still stolen vehicle here. Speeds are 50 miles an hour, but it sure seems a lot slower than we saw at the beginning of this chase. Have him go to SoFi. No, we don't want that because I think there's probably restricted airspace down there in Inglewood with the Taylor Swift concert going on. Woo! Go! On the low side of a car coming by there, sharp left turn, Lincoln Avenue, start taking us back towards Whittier.
Basically, and jump over a wall, and it's almost as if he was waiting for somebody to come in.
Second time he's done that, apparently. We've only seen it once on camera, where he pops out, he does a little jog, and felt like he was waiting for Red and Blues to roll up on him. Here's the replay of it. If you're just joining us, he was just kind of out of the car,
Picture on your right-hand side of your screen.
looking for something, daydreaming. Shout out to Daydreaming, who just dropped a whole bunch of gift subs in the chat to all you complainers about commercials, which are coming here in the near future. I don't know what that, is that a donut? Is that signs in the middle of the street there? Those the aliens? I don't know. Bottom left corner, we're live. Top right is your replay. Red and Blue still very much engaged. There was a cop there on the corner. There was a cop there on the corner. I don't know why it was just sitting there.
Oh, he has? Okay, we can tell.
Now what? He got it. He got his wish.
Oh, he's got a hand out the window.
Yeah, but you've seen this
And
before.
my pilot Chris was just telling me. No, my pilot. Yeah, right. My pilot Chris was just telling me we've got a CHP fixed wing aircraft.
Oh, not under the tree.
Position SkyCal around here to get around this tree, but yeah, he stopped again.
Here we go again.
He's out of the car.
Yeah, doors open.
Doors open.
Well, now he's got someone to surrender to, so he'll get on the
Now he's giving up.
Hands behind his back too, Mike.
Little Patrick Starfish for us. Spread Eagle.
But they're waiting to approach us.
I'm not calling this code 4 because we've seen some erratic activity from this individual. He might be getting off on cops trying to arrest him or something. Get back in the car and go.
Knowing if he's, possibly armed or anything like that.
Or if there's anyone else in the car, right?
I guess we can make the case that he's been trying to give up this whole time.
All they know is the vehicle is allegedly stolen, so they're going to make commands. And honestly,
I don't know. This is a weird one, folks.
Here, by immediately getting on the ground, they would probably, ideally, rather him walk further away from the car, right? Especially a guy that's been jumping in and out of the car. They would have rather him stay up, and they would have given him commands to walk back to their patrol vehicles, so that he's not right up against the vehicle. Because now they have to worry about that as they approach him. Is he going to jump back in the car? Like he's done so many times. So even though he probably,
That's why I'm like, this shit's not over yet. He's really close to that door.
And that's probably what they're telling him, right? Would they tell him possibly to
Roll over or something,
inch
right?
back?
Roll away from the car, yeah.
inch back to the vehicles?
Yeah, we've seen that before, where they, the suspects think they're going to do what they want to do, and then the deputies will give them the commands to actually get up and walk backwards. It really just depends on kind of who's running the show down there and what they want. If they've got enough deputies, which at this point they definitely do, they can just put together what they call an arrest team.
God, that's
and, you'll
9
see
cruisers.
walk up to him and take him into custody, and you probably see another set of deputies walk up on the right side of the car and clear the vehicle to make sure that nobody else is in there.
If you're looking at the distance from here, I mean, it certainly looks like they could do that if they came out
This
with
is a
a
strange one, guys. I don't even know how to put this one into words.
You've even got
Just frantic, irregular activity.
Trying to see in. So look, they did. They told him to get up.
Okay, he's up.
Shirt up or something.
Now what? Now he's back walking backwards. Okay, this is a good sign. This feels like a peaceful ending is
He's
imminent.
complying with what they've told him.
Okay.
And just
Oh God, his face! I thought when he put his hands down, he was gonna go for
Stand
it.
on your knees, put your hands above your head.
easier to cuff him to
And
him.
here
here's the
they
arrest.
go.
That was a
They
pump
got it.
fake. All right, now we're code 4, people. Drop your 4s in the chat. Oh.
All right,
It
well,
is, and then we'll just clear the vehicle here and make sure no one else is in there.
Okay.
So far, we only heard that one person was in the car, right?
Some scary driving there for about 10 minutes. This chase feels like an eternity compared to the last couple. Those are
The airship did ask
code
that
4s
the
in the
units that were
chat.
chasing, if they thought anybody else was inside.
so they played it their way. Then they let this guy think that no one was around, but they still had eyes on him and followed him long enough where he finally said, okay, I can't get away. And they pulled him over. And, well, he pulled over himself and then just got out of the car. So you have to think that was critical thinking on the part of law enforcement to handle this the way that they did.
Yep.
Even though it looked so precarious one moment when
Yeah.
he jumped out of the car and jumped over that wall. It's sort of like, hey, where's everybody? But
A very interesting and
Yes.
different type of pursuit in a stolen vehicle out of Montebello. The driver going round and round freeways and surface streets before eventually pulling over there.
That was a weird
and,
one, wasn't it?
Now in the custody of the officers who have arrested him.
Okay.
All right, folks.
Yeah.
The new school year is here.
It's going to do it. Did anybody win Powerball? That was a strange one. Yeah, but in the end, take it in peacefully. It's been a minute since we've had a pretty tragic ending. There's been several that haven't been shown on air, but of course, always rooting for a peaceful resolution. There's got to be something going on through these people's heads that are sending them on police chases. Can I please add some girlier merch, says Emma Duhan. What do you mean by girlier? Like pink colors or the graphics? People are just starting. I can see your guys when you've been sending them to me on Twitter and in the community and stuff. I can see all of you guys showing off your gear. It's much appreciated. Stuff looks good, and it's good to hear that it fits you guys and it delivered and everything. Maybe it's a decoy. When he stopped, his body wasn't finished yet. I don't know. I give up trying to figure out what happened in this chase. Anything else? Who cares? This Rudy Gobert person. Stop saying Rudy Gobert merch. What is with you? Yes, you missed another chase. This one went 15 minutes. I wear the shirt on my body and it's nice. Oh, thanks, Earl. Okay. No, three-star chase is complete for those of you just joining us. Anything else in the chat before we head out? Questions, comments, concerns? Appreciate you, Turch, 96. Birds in the air, white shirt with pink words and helicopter. Okay. I gotta design these things though. Yeah, probably one of the weirder chases of the year, yeah. See you later, Late Night Nick. What happened to the multiple stolen car chase on your Twitch? I don't know what that means. To go watch the video. They're all available for replay. Moving to Scottsdale in September. Wob, wondering if I'm going to make a trip out to an NBA game west. Would you recommend a flight to Utah or a drive to LA? From Scottsdale to LA, that's like a 9-hour drive, at least. Why would you do that? That's a long-ass way. Favorite chase of the year so far? Probably that Charlotte chase that had the mid-chase interview press conference. That was hilarious. The Nos Cannon chase was weird. Yeah, you know what? I honestly, they all blend together for me at this point. No, someone won Mega Millions in Florida? No, don't say that. Is that confirmed? I guess that's for the best. The Uber Eats driver. No, Charlotte Sombrero was this year, I thought. The Nos Cannon chase is what people are saying. Did someone really win Mega Millions? Oh man, the dream is over. There's no VOD of me doing the Great Compton chase, but you can probably look it up on YouTube. I think Stu did that one. You might be able to even get Stu commentary for that. What would I buy for the community if I won the lottery? A basketball team? I mean, that's enough money to start like a G League team. Oh, the LAX chase was another good one. Yeah. Do I remember the first chase I ever watched? Yeah, OJ. Put police chases on the map. Hey, Turch, appreciate you. The COVID Classic. I remember that one. Was that? Yeah. Oh, I remember that. That was a marathon. Oh, wait. Do we have... What's going on here? We just have a follow-up report here.
Vehicle. The sheriff's department now doing their debrief after this pursuit. Here's the vehicle. A white sedan here was being chased by the Temple City Sheriff's Station. We've got some video from when this all happened. This was on and off the freeway, the 60 freeway, and surface streets. Now, it got really wild when the driver kind of stopped, got out, looked around in his car, and then eventually jumped a wall. Now, eventually, he would get back in the car, almost surrendering or trying to surrender, but the sheriff's department was in tracking mode, so there was actually nobody there to take him into custody. So he got back in. And
why did he jump the higher wall? He could have jumped
eventually
the
coming
smaller
here on
wall to
Victoria
the
Avenue
left.
in Montebello. By the way, Montebello is where the car was allegedly stolen out of. Sheriff's department eventually took him into custody. We've got some video to show you there. The driver just grabbed the curb here, got out, and laid on the ground. The deputies then asked him to back up, and they were able to take him into custody. He's now in the back of one of these patrol cars as the sheriff's department is conducting their debrief. Now, as we come back out here to the SkyCal, figuring out exactly where this car was stolen and when, we're making calls to the sheriff's department. So as soon as we have those details, we'll be sure to let you know. But for now, we're live in SkyCal.
Oh, Mike Rogers is in the helo.
Rapper Tory Lanez sentenced to
That's
10
pretty
years in
good for
prison
him.
for shooting hip-hop star.
Good for him. We should just do a channel where we watch the news.
2020.
Well, I guess busted applies to Tory Lanez too.
Lawyers for 30-year-old Lanez, whose real name is Daystar Peterson, had asked the judge for probation and not
Just watching the news. New genre of is anyone on Twitch do that? Just watch the news. Yeah, I think that Mike's been in the helicopter before, but I didn't know that he does live stuff too. Good for him. He's an assignment desk editor, but in LA, that's a pretty prestigious position, getting the aerial helicopter role. Those are like New Orleans chefs. Chefs are known throughout New Orleans. All the helicopter pilots here in LA are pretty well known. Reaction streams are a thing. If I won the lottery, I'd get my own helicopter and form my own chase coverage team. That's not a bad idea. Am I excited for NBA? Not really, no. I still have like 2 months to figure out what I'm going to do next year. Let's see if I can find some motivation to run it back again. I've just been doing NBA stuff since 2011. Yeah. We'll see if the stars align. I can't really provide commentary for news stuff though. I need like some stand-up comedians or something. Like I don't even know what the hell they're talking about right here.
Conditions the Carson Cemetery has fallen into since it was essentially abandoned in early July.
These headstones right here are slightly stinking because there is no water to support the mud. So we definitely need to be watering the land. We really need the water to be turned back on.
This group of women has led the community in demanding answers after the gates were locked last month and the owners disappeared, leaving families on the outside looking in. They got it reopened and now say news the owner, Lincoln Memorial Park Inc., surrendered its license back to the state, will give the county authority to manage the facility and make repairs.
We know that when we come in, we can comfortably come in. We know that our loved ones are here resting. The upkeep is up.
So they're not getting water for the cemetery, is what I assume this is about, right? I'm trying to like break it up because I don't want to get DMCA'd. Local news is always interesting to me. Graveyard maintenance, right? I would have never known that was a thing until just put on the news. Honest thoughts on living in LA. I love it. I love everything about it. It's gorgeous all day today. Just taxes suck. That's really all that sucks. Right? I like watching local news of cities that I'm not in. Like I could right now, I want to watch Bismarck, South Dakota local news. I don't know. Pick a random city every night and just watch local news. Yeah, that's a new Twitch, but you can't like stream the entire. Your channel will get shut down. You can't just stream the news the entire time. Would y'all stop with these basketball questions? Yes, Ranger, I'm trying to live a life at some point. Anything else? How is it different? That's a good point, Skywalker. How is it different than streaming a police chase that's on the news? It's not. You bring up good points. If you react and provide commentary, you can literally watch the news on the stream. All right. Am I watching Messi? He's on again right now. He just played. How many games does he play in? Or I've been watching the past couple games. Did I watch any new movies recently? 1944, yes. It's on Amazon Prime. I found it to be quite well done. Cinematography is of the night of. Tells the story of Estonia during World War II. How they kept getting snip-snapped, occupied by the Soviets and the Nazis. What it's like to be a country just having to alternate allegiances because you don't have any choice. You missed the chase musically, Matt, I'm afraid. Maybe we'll add that to the just watching random local news channels. I don't know what to say or do, though.
Council voted to reduce the number of sheriff's deputies in the city, a decision they've since reversed. Earlier this year, there was an uproar after this clip was posted of security ambassadors watching as two men brawled right in front of the sheriff's station. It was later clarified the ambassadors did their job and called 911. And while this new video is concerning, there is support for the ambassador program.
You know, if there's more people around and then people know that they are here for security, that even if they just have to pick up the phone and dial the sheriff's station.
We asked West Hollywood officials to comment on the video. They referred us to Block by Block. That's the company the city contracts with to staff the security guards. They released a statement that reads in part, "We take matters such as this very seriously. Block by Block ambassadors are expected to conduct themselves."
Okay, so up in West Hollywood, they don't have police up there anymore. They have sheriff's departments, but they have these security ambassadors. What the?
Are demanding action as brazen robbers have recently been
making out with the security ambassadors? Oh, this shit happened in broad daylight in West Hollywood.
Most crime, including rape, murder, and armed robbery, is down.
People with just assault rifles, like holding up people at restaurants in West Hollywood. Craig's got held up.
I'm originally from the East Coast, a little bit of a New Yorker, so I keep my wits about me.
We reached out to Block by Block, the company that contracts these security guards, to ask them if there was a chance that these two guards were off duty when this happened. They said they could not tell us that. Reporting from West Hollywood, I'm Tom Waite, KCAL News.
Yeah, so they have these ambassadors like on street corners there, and there's crime happening, like pretty severe, like robberies with guns and stuff in broad daylight. Craig's is as big of a celebrity spot in West Hollywood as it gets. Like last time I was there, it was Westbrook, CP3 are just eating in the back and stuff, and celebrities come in and out. But there's this kind of unwritten rule that there's no red carpet, there's no photos and things like that, because they're trying to be a much more normal establishment when Catch is across the street. And there's just no police anywhere. It's these security ambassadors who do nothing. They have like a walkie-talkie that if they're seeing crime happening, they can like tell the sheriff that something's going down. But by the time they get there, I mean, these people are getting robbed left and right. Stores are getting, blasted, and it is what it is. But I'm making out with someone. I don't know what. I unmuted at the wrong time. Looked like one of the security ambassadors was making out with someone they were interrogating. Crazy. Yeah, West Hollywood. There's, if you go on the crime apps, there's like people sitting at outdoor spots in the heart of Santa Monica Boulevard with just get guns in their face, like, give me all your shit. And then they run away and just nothing happens. Because these security ambassadors, I don't even know if these security ambassadors are even armed. They're just there to report crime. No, well, I don't want to get into politics, but there's a reason why they have security ambassadors here now. Anyways, there you go. News with WAP. I don't really know what else to provide besides my thoughts and opinions. All the news is bad for the most part, too. You guys have peacekeepers in Chicago? Like peacekeepers from Hunger Games? Am I watching any of the World Cup, FIBA World Cup? It hasn't started yet. The exhibition last night was decent. I bet Luka's probably going to give it to the U.S. on Saturday. Chase is over. Sorry, Kinsey. Chase has been 15 minutes. I'll stop the stream here in a little bit and set up the. Now what?
What do we have here?
What?
Yeah, Jeff and Susie, a bad wreck. This is the 101 at Western here. You can see a semi-truck.
Oh, shit.
Two other vehicles
on the 101?
That semi-truck pushed right up against the center divider here. There is a signal alert issued right
Oh, that's in Hollywood, too. Oh, man, that traffic is going to be all the way to the ocean.
Off the road. So they may be trying to push some of the smaller vehicles off to the side to at least get things moving. But you can see here the damage is starting to get done as the 101.
Oh, no. Is there a Dodger home game, too? Oh, this is the worst road in L.A. to have traffic. Oh my God. I bet that shit just happened too. It's like a 3-lane highway with semis in the just north of downtown in Hollywood. Oh, 101 is go fucked.
Spoke with some of those workers today about what they want and why they walked out.
Oh man.
We worked overtime throughout the pandemic, so it was away from home like 12 to 14 hours a day.
Steve Todd has worked for LA's sanitation department for a quarter century. He and his co-workers say they've seen an increase in their workload in recent years.
We have had a lot more responsibilities.
About 11,000 city employees went on a 24-hour strike Tuesday from LA City Hall to LAX. The union that represents them has...
By the way, I was at the bungalow on Saturday. They were outside the Fairmont, banging, doing their thing outside, and making plenty of noise. They make an impact.
From doing so. Jonathan Harris is an associate professor at Loyola Law School.
Police officers and firefighters are in a different union and have altogether different contracts, and that's pretty much the case across the country. And those contracts oftentimes do prevent them from going on strike.
The sticking points have been over a series of proposals. Lakeisha Jackson is concerned about pay.
Listen to me. After I get my check, by the time I didn't pay my rent, all my bills, I'm left with like $300. That's it.
A number of city services were impacted during the strike, but city-operated summer camps and daycares remained open. Trash pickup will resume Wednesday. Mayor Karen Bass says, as mayor, my job is to ensure the people of Los Angeles are served and safe, that the city finances are protected, and that the city workers, the backbone of our economy, are respected and treated fairly. Union members say the city needs to address staffing shortages in a new contract.
By hiring more people, eliminate all that overtime that we're having to work.
The union says the two sides are expected to resume contract talks next week. In downtown Los Angeles, Jeff Nguyen, KCAL News.
That's why there was no garbage collection today. LAX had a stoppage as well. 24-hour strike for SEIU, hotel workers. Hotel workers makes up a lot of it. They roll deep too. They took up like all of Ocean Boulevard. What does Justin do in the off season? He's travels. Like remember, he's got to get ready for NFL too, because he does more than NBA. Someone said this is so blank. I don't know what that blank is. I can't imagine it's good. We're watching Wob watch the news. Well, what else is there to do? Right? Someone that was making out. I don't know if they was actually getting interrogated, but they just started making out.
Wow, it is the third largest lottery jackpot in U.S. history.
There's no state taxes in Florida.
Wow.
Yeah. Here's
Florida!
the numbers 13, 19, 20, 32.
Somebody won.
We're told that one ticket in Northern California matched 5 numbers. That's worth $3.3 million.
Damn. All right. I think it's about that time, people. I would love to be a storm chaser.
Well, Marquina, we do have a chance of rain, right?
Maybe I'll make that into my next career, go into storm chasing. That's what I wanted to do out of college. All right, my friends. It's been a pleasure watching the news with you this evening. Till next time, I'm sure you have already. Follow the channel. Turn on your notifications. We'll be here in case there's another chase. We still have the night is young. Still have an hour and 10 minutes till the news turns over. So until then, see you guys next time.